Hey guys, welcome back to Geeks Mansion. This is Ian. So, Worldwide Developers Conference, which is also known as WWDC, just got over last week. So, I thought of doing a recap on what happened during the whole week long event. This time, due to the current situation of the world, WWDC was totally online and was for free. Now, let's talk about iOS 14, the first thing that was announced in the event. iOS 14. The first thing that's I'd say has come back is widgets. So now you can have widgets on your home screen, which many people would say that Apple had copied from the other famous mobile operating system. But even before iOS or Android existed, widget was announced in 2005 with the macOS X 10.4 Tiger with the name Dashboard. So I'd say it's a comeback and somebody else might have copied from Apple. There is also this new kind of widget called a Smart Stack, where it has a bunch of widgets and it will display a widget automatically at the right time of the day. So yeah, that's about widgets. Next comes the app library. The app library organizes the pages of apps that you have into folders with categories, which can be accessed in the extreme rightmost page of the device. So and now calls now don't occupy the whole screen while you're using some other app, and instead it will now appear as a notification at the top of the screen with an option to either answer or dismiss the call. And the next thing is picture-in-picture. It's this thing where you can still attend your FaceTime calls or watch YouTube and use another app, which is essentially multitasking on the iPhone, I'd say. And messages. iOS 14 now lets you pin individual and group conversations with other people in the Messages app. You can pin up to 9 titles, and you can see the latest Android message in the conversation, like a bubble outside the tile. Also, now you can add a photo to your group conversation, and when you open the conversation, that photo will appear in the middle, and the other people in the group conversation will appear around in circles with their profile photos around at the top. So the next thing is maps. Now, maps offer cycling directions with specific cycling paths, lanes, and roads, and this feature is only available in select countries, I believe. So yeah, the next thing in maps is electrical vehicle routing. If you put your car's model inside, if you tell Apple Maps that you have the specific electric car, it can now show you directions with a suitable charging station while you travel in your car. So yeah, and also Apple Maps now has guides which will tell you about places that you want to go, and many other suggestions, which is kind of like Yelp. And there's this new app called Translate. You can use it to translate conversations across 11 different languages. It has a conversation mode, on device mode, attention mode, and favorites. So now comes Siri. Siri now finally has a compact design, which is just the logo at the bottom of the screen. And Apple says that it has 20 times more facts than 3 years ago. It can show you web searches, send audio messages, and all the other usual things. So next comes the Home app. The Home app now has automation features which you can use to control the lights and stuff accordingly in your home. And it now has adaptive lighting, which can adjust your lights brightness and change them according to the time of the day. And if you have a video camera set up at the entrance of your house with your doorbell, the Home app can recognize the people that's ringing the doorbell and can tell you who is outside if you tag them in the Photos app in your iPhone. Safari now has some privacy and performance updates, and can translate languages up to like 7 different languages. I think so, yeah. And next comes a really interesting thing. So you know that many phones nowadays have NFC. And with the NFC, iPhones now get this amazing feature where you can unlock your car with your iPhone. And this will be available first with the BMW car. And yeah, you can even share your car keys with the wallet app, and you can share it with your friends, and if they need to use your car with restricted access or full access. And CarPlay just has new wallpapers and apps. And AirPods, this one is really interesting. It now offers spatial audio with iOS 14, and if your AirPods has low battery, a notification will be shown on the top of your iPhone, and you can charge them accordingly. And if you are using your iPhone and then if you are using your iPhone and if you are switching over to your Mac or an iPad, the AirPods actually automatically connects over to that device without you manually changing it. And the list goes on and on. One more feature people are really excited about is getting to choose your own default email and browser apps. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is iPadOS. The iPadOS actually has all the features of iOS 14 with a bit more stuff, like today's view on the first page of the iPad, and now has some like redesigned widgets, I'd say. Also, the iPad Spotlight Search is now the same as the one in the Mac. It's really exciting as it's really better now with iOS 14. And now comes the thing that I'm personally excited about, which is Scribble. You can now use your Apple Pencil to write on any text field on your iPad, and it will automatically get converted into text. If you made a mistake, scratch delete, circle a word to select it, and a lot more like shape recognition. So, the next big thing is augmented reality. With ARKit 4 and the LiDAR scanner on the iPad, AR is now a lot more interesting. And now, the iPad and the iPhone both support app clips, which is kind of like instant apps on the Android. Yeah, you can use it from the App Store without downloading the app, which is actually the same as instant apps on the Android Play Store. The next thing we are going to talk about is macOS. Also, all the features in iOS will be inside iPadOS too. Okay, so let's talk about macOS. Okay, so macOS. Finally, macOS is now shifting to macOS 11 from 10 after such a long time. It has now a complete UI redesign. Well, not completely, but still everything looks really good with round corners and new icon packs. So yeah, the control center from iOS and iPadOS with rounder edges actually looks better on the iPad Pro than the Mac, and a lot more interesting stuff. macOS 2 has the same macOS 2 has the same updates as the iOS and iPadOS when it comes to Safari, messages, FaceTime, maps, etc. So yeah, now let's talk about the next big transition of Apple. Apple from now on is going to use their own Apple Silicon processors and leave Intel behind, so that they have full control over their products to deliver an amazing experience. In the keynote, we were already able to see a Mac Pro running with the A12Z Bionic chip, which is actually the same one on the iPad Pro, and I'm really excited to see how it will be once it's released for the customers to buy. It was actually really smooth on the keynote. They showed a demo of using Final Cut Pro. The video playback was really smooth, and they told that it was capable of streaming like 3 4K videos. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. And yeah, finally, WatchOS 7. With WatchOS 7, you can now customize your watch faces, and there is this new feature where you can actually share your watch face with a friend if they like. It now has a sleep app, which has enhanced sleep tracking technology, and a fitness app. which now has a dance workout mode. And because of COVID-19, Apple has made watchOS 7 to use the watch's mic to recognize the sound of water when you wash your hands and start a countdown for 20 seconds so that you keep your hands clean. And yeah, that's about it. About the WWDC keynote. So yeah, make sure to like, share, comment and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Your support means a lot to us. Leave a comment on what are the kinds of videos and that you'd like us to do next. Until then, it's Ian from Geeks Mansion signing off. Thanks for watching.